Alright, hello there. So today I'll just show you how to create a bot that generates CSV files that you can open up in something like Excel. Now it generates these files from just a regular conversation like we have right here, where we basically prompt it to generate a CSV file, give it some general data. This is not even structured data, and it basically goes to this workflow we have right here, uses this execute code card, returns a file URL, and then the autonomous node generates a message with the URL that we got from the workflow. Right here it has formatted as a hyperlink. Once you click on this, you will download the file. Now, for this, I'm using AI to generate the data, specifically the structured data. Now, you can really use any kind of like data source that you want. Just make sure that it matches our format. And just to quickly show you what that is, right here it expects this format from workflow.data. Now workflow.data is on our entry node right here, and on our exit node we have workflow.fileURL. And if you go to our autonomous node right here, the instructions for the node itself is pretty simple. Now a pretty important part is this, so always execute your async queues. Maybe this is fixed in the future, but right now the autonomous node sometimes forgets to execute the asynchronous queues, so don't have to worry about that. Basically it generates this queue right here, and sometimes it will forget to write this bit of code and it will not go to the workflow. Now to go a bit more into depth, we'll look at the instructions for this right here. So basically you will have this workflow, make sure to add it on your autonomous node, and then copy these instructions. You can trim them down a bit, but I would generally recommend having these. It makes it really clear for the autonomous node what kind of structure is expected from it, and it also gives a lot of background information, so we can make sure it generates the correct structure every time, or it will throw an error and mess up the whole execution of the code in our workflow. So we have some general information, the expected structure right here, some more general information, some guidelines, and then we have just added an example right here. So this example says there's a guy named Decay, that's me, I'm 19 years old and I'm from Denmark. So we add these kind of like example on what the structured output should be, and we use these label and value pairs. So there's a guy named Decay, we say the label is name and the value is Decay, label is age and value is 19, and label is country and the value is Denmark. So this is just to give it an example to increase the success rate basically. Now just one last thing, we have this input variable data, we let the autonomous node fill this out by itself, and that's why we have all of this prompting right here to make sure that it does that correctly. Now if we go to our workflow right here, we just have one singular file card, and that is the execute code card. Now I will not go too much into depth right here. I have added a lot of JS doc comments, so you can read through it yourself. Just know this is the expected structure, and it's quite important for this code to work by itself. Now you can go ahead and change the parts that you want if you have another kind of structure, but this is how the structure should be if you want to just use it as you get it. Now just to quickly also just show you, down here at the bottom we upload the file to Botpress, so it's quite important for this that you have the client enabled because we use the Botpress client. So go to settings, goes to this use the Botpress client and enable it, or else this will not work and it will not return a file URL. But yeah, this returns a file URL on the exit node, which then gets sent to the autonomous node again, and it'll generate an answer something like this. Can be a bit different depending on your prompting. Also, some of you might not like this part right here. I find it useful for debugging, but maybe it's not perfect for a conversational chatbot. So you can also prompt it to basically not send this message. So yeah, but if you try this, so I'll just try it from new, say hi, and we'll say something again like generate me a CSV file from this data, and I'll just input this data right here. So we have 3 different kind of products: Super Deluxe, Basic Model, and Pro Edition. Different kind of cost, different kind of ratings, and different kind of different amounts of units that are in stock. Now, this generates a hyperlink. We click on this, I get a file downloaded, I open this, and I'll just quickly show you. So we have A, B, C, D columns, different amount of rows. This is all dynamic. It will change on the kind of like data that you give it. And just to show you that it matches, Super Deluxe 3000, 299, 4.5 rating, 127 units are in stock, and it matches all the way through. Now, this is just a quick tutorial on how to do it, and this is generally perfect for something like this example I showed you right here, where you want to send the user a CSV file that they can open in something like Excel. This can also be twisted a bit to generate reports, generate or export some like user data, creating, I don't know, dynamic spreadsheets, just really any structured data that you need to export to a CSV file. So yeah, that's it. Now you have a pretty powerful CSV generation system in Botpress. Now this will be available if you go here to Explorer Hub, you go to Workflows, and you search for CSV. You will see it once I have shared the workflow right here. And you can pretty much just do that. Again, really important, don't forget to enable decline right here. It's a mistake that can happen. Pretty important, else it will not upload the file. You will not get a file URL, and it will not send anything to user. It will make an error instead. Right, so like and subscribe for more Botpress tutorials.